Welcome back to the session 6. This session will be divided up into 4 videos. This is the first of the 4. The 4 videos will include classification based on data model, classification based on user numbers, classification based on database distribution, and distributed database systems. So let's first discuss database language. So there is a language called SQL, or Structured Query Language, and that is a standard for database access, relational database access. And Structured Query Language, or SQL, can be broken into 2 sections. There is Data Manipulation Language, known as DML, and this is used to define the conceptual and internal schemas for a database system. So this is where we create the tables, create the columns, drop columns. It is not a procedural language, but rather a language for describing the types of entities, just like tables we just talked about, and relationships. And we can link the tables through columns, so we said create column. So the types of entities and relationships among the schema in terms of a particular data model. So we can implement a data model using DML. And then there's Data Definition Language, or DDL, and this is used to manipulate the database, which typically includes retrievals or insertions of data, and even deletions of data or modifications of data. So the DDL, that's the select statements, the update statements, the insert statements, and also the delete statements. And classification of database systems. So this is the data model. The most popular data model in today's commercial DBMSs is the relational data model, no question about it, although there are what we call NoSQL models as well, or NoSQL databases. The well-known DBMSs like Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, DB2, MySQL, all support the relational database model. Other traditional models can be named. There is the hierarchical data model, the network data model, and also we are getting familiar with object-oriented data models. So some examples include the object-oriented DBMSs, O2, Object Store, or Jasmine. Welcome back to this video. This is video 7. We are still on section 6. In this video, we will talk about database classification based on user numbers. So we can classify our database system, or how it is built or designed, based on the number of users, where the number of users can be a single user, which would be a rather simple design, and where we could support either one user at a time or multiple users or multiple systems which support multiple users concurrently. The users do not have to be people or humans. The users can be systems as well, other systems, other processes. So this should be known when the database is designed, how it will be accessed, what kind of security will be needed, what kind of performance will be needed. A small number of users obviously can be a less complex type of design, but as there are multi users or multi-system users, the design will grow in complexity, such as growing horizontally, where database replicas can be added. We mentioned that earlier. That's considered a horizontal type of growth. There can also be what we call vertical types of growth, where more memory is added, faster disks are added. So those are the different ways to design a system based on the number of users.